Hello, gorgeous, gorgeous divine beings. It is your friend Riss, and I am here to talk about the frequently asked questions around breath work. Like, mainly, what is this weird breath work thing? And if you have never done breath work before, or you just haven't done breath work with me, because it's always a different experience, whatever practitioner that you work with, every facilitator runs their group differently. There's different music, there's different vibe, different pace. So I want to welcome you into my sacred space, into our sacred container that we'll be creating together by answering some questions that I hear all the time. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of beautiful clients and friends, family members in this community that is embracing their self-work and willing to go deeper in order to ignite the passion and summon the king and queen energy within them to bring that vibrancy out forward. Okay, so the first question about breathwork is, Riz, what is this breathwork thing? What is breathwork? Well, it's just breathing. It's really just breathing, and you breathe automatically about 20,000 times a day. So it's something that you already do. However, a lot of us, maybe even you, are used to holding your breath. And what happens when we hold our breath? Anxiety happens when we hold our breath, right? And we may be feeling anxious or stressed out, and so our breathing becomes shallowed. It becomes non-existent. I used to just find myself holding my breath for no reason, and I'd gasp for air and be like, oh my gosh, I'm not breathing again. So breath work is a practice of intentionally breathing, and specifically we're going to be doing a circular breath, which is consciously controlling your breath through a connected or circular pattern without pausing. So you can literally imagine. And the actual breathing pattern is you breathe into your low belly, up into your upper chest, and out through your mouth. Sorry, actually relax your mouth. So it's and again, you just envision that it's a circle, right? So without pause, without holding your breath, you're just creating a beautiful circular motion with your breathing. And this experiential practice is about self-healing, right? You're using your breath to create a beautiful, loving relationship between you and your body, because you may have not been treating your body the best up until now. So intentionally breathing is just calling in more self-love. You're breathing in the self-love. You're breathing in the gratitude. You're breathing in the calmness, and you're exhaling like a sigh of relief, just letting go of anything that might feel stressful or anxious in your body. And it's going to help you just feel better and better and healthier. And it's also going to help you feel more connected to yourself. It's going to give you access to an expanded state of consciousness, right? An altered state of consciousness using just your breath, while allowing yourself to let go of any emotions or anything that just feels yucky or stuck in your body, and just clearing out that stagnant energy. I totally view it as, when you're driving down the freeway and you're in your stuffy hot car, and man, in Southern California, it could be like 1,000 degrees inside your car. And if you don't have AC, just imagine you're sweating and you can't breathe, and you're like, oh, I feel so stifled, until you roll down those windows. And yes, I said roll them down. You can tell my age, but maybe you push those buttons down and you open up those windows and you get a blast of fresh air, and you're like, oh, it feels so good, that fresh air. Maybe you got your music on, and that's exactly what breath work feels like, guys. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's just like getting all of that stagnant hot energy out and bringing in that cool breeze, the calmness, the spiritual deliciousness into your body. Now, question number 2 is, I hear this all the time, is what's the difference between meditation and breath work? I already meditate. I don't need to learn how to do breath work because meditation is where it's at. Well, I applaud you if you have a regular meditation practice already and you feel like it is getting you places where you want to go. Because when I first started, I was like, I cannot meditate if you paid me. I was like, you want me to sit in a dark room full of people alone with my thoughts? That sounds terrifying. And I also had such a short attention span. It was really, really difficult. So a lot of people in our community say that breath work is the gateway to meditation, which means it gives your body something to do, and it actually soothes your nervous system into a state of calmness, out of fight or flight, into a place of relaxation. So when you're actually done doing the breath work, you can meditate. It takes you into an expanded state of awareness, and it allows your body to relax. It allows your mind to slow down enough so you can actually get into a really deep and pleasurable meditation. So that would be the major difference. And I do recommend that you do both. I do meditation and breath work, but they definitely are like peas and carrots. They go together beautifully. So number 3 is, how does breathwork actually change our brain waves? Well, breathwork is so cool. I am totally into studying all the ways that our brain functions, whether I'm studying neurolinguistic programming or actual neuroscience. I just nerd out on it. I love it. But one of the things that happens in our brain is that we go into theta waves, which allows the monkey mind, the part of our brain that is really just overthinking, and it's always going, going, going. I never used to be able to turn off my mind. This breath work will actually switch it over and put you in from beta waves into theta waves. And theta waves are delicious because that's where all the magic happens. The restoration, the calmness. You can also go alpha, theta, occasionally gamma, which is kind of more like sleep waves. And it really just allows your brain to relax, right? And it kind of takes you on a journey. It takes you on a visual journey. A lot of my clients have reported that they see sacred geometry, or they connect with, they use their imagination to visualize things that they want in their life, or they receive messages, because our subconscious mind is a wonderful thing, and it is a way to access what is already within you, that inner wisdom. It's a way to activate your brain in a different part of your brain so that you can really become solutions oriented, right? It's a part of becoming in or stepping into your problem solving mindset, right? We're solution solving. And what does it feel like? What does it feel like in the body? Sometimes. So number 4 is, why does it actually feel like the beginning of an anxiety attack? And I really hope that this isn't the case for you. However, for those of us, myself included, who have suffered through major anxiety attacks in the past, doing breath work can be triggering in the beginning until you understand what's happening in your body, and that you're actually creating a new response, and that you're training your body to process stress differently by fine-tuning your nervous system. So when you first start doing, it can kick up whatever emotion you have just under the surface, right? Because you're breathing right into your solar plexus, which is where you hold a lot of your emotions. It is the core of where we have our confidence, our willpower, all of those beautiful things right here. You can feel it there. But when you breathe in, if you are holding on to sadness, if you're holding on to anxiety, if you're holding back anger, then you are going to experience those emotions as they begin to bubble out to the surface, right? So it's definitely like stirring the pot. So whatever feelings you have hidden just below or pushed down, in some of our cases, you like to push those feelings down. They got to come out. They got to have a place to come out. It's just like steam rises, right? So your emotions will begin to bubble up to the surface. And it can begin to feel kind of like when you feel anxious, like you begin to feel kind of tingly. You can feel your hands sometimes get clammy. And you begin to, as you really begin to activate your nervous system, your body's just generally going to feel weird. And I always say the weirder, the better in breath work. So just allow it to happen, and know that your nervous system is beautifully designed. It knows exactly what to do to shake out the stress that you've been holding on to. And it's going to release the emotions in many different ways. Sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, my eyes are watering and I'm not even crying. I don't even feel the emotion of sadness, but my eyes just won't stop watering. Or I have these weird muscle tics, like, my arms or one little muscle in my back is moving, my eye is twitching. Like, our nervous systems are so funny that way. And my best advice is just to be open and allowing non-judgmental because the most beautiful part of this breathwork expression and this journey is that you don't need to judge anything, and you don't need to assign a meaning to anything that's going on in your body. Your job is just to let go and allow your body to shake it out, because that's what it is essentially doing. It's releasing, it's reorganizing, and it's shaking out the stress. Just like if you have ever watched National Geographics and you see like a deer or an antelope being chased by a wild animal, when it's no longer in danger, it'll stand there and it will shake, right? And it's processing that stuff, right? It's processing the experience and it's shaking it literally out of its muscles and its body. And that's kind of what happens when you're doing your breathing practice. As you go in deeper and deeper, you'll notice that your body is doing like just interesting things, right? So just be curious about it and just allow it and trust that your body knows exactly what to do again. And also, like, who's in charge of your breathing? You are in charge of your breathing. So you are totally in charge of your experience. So if it gets too overwhelming and it feels, oh my gosh, Riz, this is way too crazy, then just slow your breathing down. Slow it down. Take it at a pace that you feel comfortable. The only thing is, if you breathe really, really slowly and you're just taking little sips of air, you're probably just going to fall asleep, or you might not feel much of anything at all, right? So I am calling you out, like, be brave, be bold, and just breathe into whatever's coming through, and it will move quicker. Because that's the other thing. If you feel a feeling and you're like, oh gosh, I feel angry, I feel anger in my body, I feel sadness coming through, and it does not feel good. If you keep breathing, when you keep breathing, you are actually going to feel that emotion just release and actually lift out of your body, and you will be left with a calm. Like, that is the reward for doing the uncomfortable part of breathing through the discomfort. But if you stop as soon as you feel sadness or you feel anger or whatever anxiety that feels uncomfortable, it may just activate that emotion and you just kind of sit and marinate in it. So don't stop. Keep breathing. It's circular breath, right? So just keeping that energy in motion, right? Because that's purely what emotions are, is energy in motion. So keep it moving. Keep your breath moving. Trust yourself and go at your own pace. All right. And then the next question is this breathing hyperventilation, right? And the same thing is, if you feel anxiety, sometimes you may have gone into an anxiety attack. You feel like you're hyperventilating and you're breathing hard and fast from the top of your lungs, right? That is not the same as what we're doing in breath work. In breath work, it's a two-step breathing. So you breathe with intention into your low belly, up into your upper chest, and then you exhale. So you are getting plenty of good oxygen flowing through your body. So you will not be in danger of hyperventilation. And again, trust your body. Your body knows exactly what to do. In fact, as you get through the first 2 or 3 songs, you're going to get into a nice steady rhythm and you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm cruising now. I know exactly what to do. My body's got the hang of it. But the first song, I can almost guarantee you, because this is a human natural thing, that our brain will come up with some form of resistance. Like, why am I doing this weird breathing? Right? This feels really weird. I don't like the way this feels. I want to stop. I'm tired. Right? And you'll start throwing up excuses because you are overriding an automatic function that you usually don't even usually have to think about, because we don't think about our breath most of the time. So your brain will fight you. You'll feel a little bit of resistance, and it's your job to push through that resistance and just continue to breathe and be like, nope, this is what we're doing. And you're training your brain to tell your body what to do and not the other way around. Okay. So you're saying, okay, my mind is the boss right now. My mind is going to tell my body to just keep breathing. That's my whole job. And sometimes it actually helps to count. Some people that have really busy minds, I don't know if I'm the only one that's constantly in their head, but I sometimes just count. So you count into your low belly 1, up into your upper chest 2, and then exhale out through your mouth. So it's 1, 2, exhale. And that will keep your brain busy, because if your brain is busy counting, what is it not doing? That's right. It's not thinking about what you got to do later, or if you left a curling iron on, or whatever it is, right? Whatever your brain could be thinking, the next meeting you got to go to, whatever it is, just count. Keep your focus. That's the whole practice, is keeping your awareness, bringing your thoughts back to into alignment with, okay, I'm just being present with my breath right now. I'm staying in alignment, low belly, upper chest, and exhale. And I'll be reminding you during the session too. So don't feel like you have to remember everything. I'm just giving you some information so you know what's going to happen, so you know what to expect. All right, so the next question is, who is this safe for? And breathwork is safe for just about everybody. So unless you have a seizure disorder like epilepsy, or something that affects your nervous system, or you are in early stages of your pregnancy, or you're pregnant at all, because really, if you're pregnant, you should definitely talk to your physician before starting any new practices as recommended by your doctor, right? And if you have epilepsy or a nervous system disorder, then this could be triggering for you. But everybody else, this is a safe practice for. I have literally worked with hundreds of people at this stage in my journey, and shared these practices, and there's so many benefits, you guys. So that's the next question is, well, what are the benefits? What am I going to do all this huffing and puffing for? What am I going to do all this breath work for? Like, what is it going to do for me, Riss? Like, what's so good about it? Well, it's going to help you. It's going to lessen your stress. And I don't know, maybe you don't have stress in your life. If you don't have stress in your life, then I would love to hear your story. You got to reach out to me. But if you have stress in your life, or you frequently have anxiety, this is going to lessen the effects of that, if not totally reduce it altogether, right? Because getting intentional and in touch with your body and your breath is going to be so powerful for you. It also, it will help you feel relief. So many of my clients are like, oh my gosh, I feel relieved. I feel relief from the depression that I have been struggling with. I feel relief from the grief that I'm working through. Feel relief from the anger and frustration, or cravings if you're going through some type of recovery journey, right? And quite honestly, guys, everybody's going through a recovery journey. Every single one of us is recovering from something always. So that's why we just got to be kind to each other, be loving to each other, right? Because we're all going through something. All right. And another benefit is it relaxes the fight or flight response in your body, or it's also called parasympathetic toning, right? So it's going to just help your brain go, okay, I'm not being chased by a ancient saber-toothed tiger. I'm not in danger. So I don't have to freak out. It's okay for me to relax and be calm. And it's okay for me to come back to myself. It's okay for me to be in my body, right? So giving yourself permission to have a greater sense of well-being. It's also going to help you feel energized. Like, wouldn't it be helpful for you to have a technique that you could use at any time to boost your energy and boost your immune system? Well, this is it. This also increases your emotional intelligence. So there is a lot of talk out there about emotional intelligence, if we have it, how we know we have it, and how we can increase it. And breathwork is one of the ways that you can boost your self-awareness, right? Because everything is a self-awareness game. It's about learning more about ourselves, learning how to communicate what's in our hearts, our vision, our dreams, our values, our beliefs, in a way that serves others and that really can connect us with our tribe, right? Just like you guys are listening right now. I am always looking to connect with more of my tribe, which are people that believe the same thing. They have shared values, and they just want to love on each other, because that's what I'm here for. I love you guys. I'm here to share because I want to share this love, this beautiful practice with you that has totally changed my life. And all right, so onward. Another benefit is it nurtures your inner child and your capacity for self-love. It also reconnects you with your body, and it helps you fine-tune your nervous system, allowing you to feel more connected with your needs, wants, and desires. Because how many of you have denied all of those things? You've been like, nope, I'm too busy. I can't think about what my real true desires are. or I've created this life or this box or cell of a life that I have to fit all of my wants, desires, and beliefs and values into that little tiny box, right? Because there's no room for me, because there's so much to do and so many people to please and so many things that absolutely have to be done before I can take care of myself. So yeah, let's blow out that box, guys. That's going to be one of the benefits. Focus on you. It's also going to help you reduce pain in your body. So if you have any aches or pains in your body, you do breath work, it's going to naturally release serotonin and dopamine and all the feel-good chemicals to kind of get you feeling really, really yummy in your body. It also helps you improve your digestion, and it can stimulate weight loss. On the 30-day breathwork challenge, I lost 5 pounds, and I wasn't working out any differently. I certainly was eating about the same. So it was just the action of getting up every morning at 6 a.m. and doing this breathwork practice. It burned some calories. So I can be a witness that this could definitely help with that. Or at least, give you a kickstart, because I know everybody's always working on their fitness, right? And the last benefit, it's really the most effective tool that I know to reconnect you with your inner leadership and hone in on your right thinking. And what do I mean by right thinking? It's just the perspective that we're looking at things. It allows us to push things out in front of us and see it out here. Instead of having all of this jumbled mess stuck in our head, you can literally pull it out in front of you and just organize it just a little bit better. And it allows you to be in more of a solutions-oriented mindset. So it's super powerful, so powerful. That within itself has expanded my life in beautiful and big ways, and the lives of my clients. So another question is, what can I expect in the session? So the session itself is going to be about an hour long, and you're going to want to be in a place where you can lay down nice and flat. A lot of people are still in bed, or they lay on their floors on a yoga mat, or you can be on a couch. I like to be on the floor on a mat just because I like being on the ground. I like the firmness of the ground underneath me. It's just more comfortable than being in bed. But you do you. You get into a comfortable spot where you also have blankets, because you may get hot or cold. And you want to be in a private space, right? So if your partner is sleeping next to you, and you might be making some noises, you might cry, you might laugh, you might scream, who knows what's going to come out. So you might not want to be right next to your partner. You might want to go into the living room or another room where you can have your privacy, so you can focus on you time, because this is you time. And then you can also expect that I will be guiding you through the practice, but I'm also going to be breathing with you. So you're going to hear me breathing. You'll hear me go through my process. And there'll be music playing. I will be talking, giving some direction. So you are feeling connected and in the container that we are going to hold for each other, myself included. All right. And the last question is, well, what does it feel like? What is it going to feel like in my body when I'm really in this breathwork practice? Well, like I said, you could feel hot, you could feel cold. So you want to wear layers of clothes or have a blanket handy. You could feel, the first sign is that when you start to feel the electricity in your nervous system move, when your nervous system becomes activated, you feel tingly, you feel vibrations. Sometimes you can have random little muscle ticks. Sometimes your body gets really stiff, or sometimes your body moves, your arms can move. So I've had my arm just stick straight up in the air, and I'm like, well, that's weird. So you just never really know. And that's also the beauty of it. So, and the last thing is a release, the sweet release. So we usually do some form of release. Maybe it's laughing or yelling or screaming. So it's nice to have like a pillow on hand, because it feels really good to just let all of that out. And the last thing is what if I don't feel anything at all? Well, if you don't feel anything, that's okay. No, I'm not saying that you're going to feel all of these things. I'm just letting you know that you may experience some or all of these things in one session or another. So just keep at it and come to your practice with an open mind, and curiosity is the biggest thing, because you're just along for a ride. You're along for the journey, and your job is simply just to breathe. Again, with non-judgment, with an open mind and with all of the grace that you can muster for yourself. Okay, well, that is all that I have for you for now. I will be back again very soon. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at riss@narissasue.com, or you can message me through any of the social media channels. I am happy to chat with you and to, again, answer any questions that you might have. So if this was helpful for you, or if I missed a question that you have, again, reach out. But like and share this. I would love to hear your feedback. Drop some love in the comments. And again, I will see you soon in the container. Again, Sunday morning, 6 a.m., the 7-day On Purpose Challenge is about to begin. So drop in. Let's get connected. Let's get our community together. I need you. I need your light, your energy, bring your goals, your enthusiasm. And let's make this the best one ever. All right, bye for now. Live in gratitude and be light.